In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to start and actually feel good on a low-carb diet. First of all, I want to make sure you have your priorities straight for the first 2 to 4 weeks on this diet. And that priority is you want to get your body fat adapted. You don't want to gain weight, you don't want to lose weight, you only have one thing in mind. You want to get your body used to burning fat instead of carbohydrates for fuel, okay? After that, when your body's used to it, when you're enjoying the diet, then you could experiment with gaining, losing weight, doing whatever else you want to do. But right now, all you want to do is get your body fat adapted. And because most people don't make that their priority, they don't properly adjust their body, they end up getting, having some kinds of problems or discomfort or whatever that could easily be avoided. And because of that, they either hate the diet or they quit the diet very early on. Now, when I say fat adapted, I do not mean just getting your body used to burning fats instead of carbohydrates, because depending upon what your lifestyle is, what your emotional state is, what your outlook on food is, you may have a physical dependency upon sugar, like an actual addiction. You may have an emotional dependency upon comfort food. You may have a bad attitude towards leaving the donuts and the ho-hos behind. So this is all kinds of stuff you have to get used to. And also, like I said, your body actually has to adjust. And there are a couple things you have to keep in mind to make sure that your body adjusts as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and just name a whole bunch of things that you need to look at during the first 2 to 4 weeks where your body's actually adjusting to the diet. Okay, first of all, eat a lot, then eat some more. You do not want to go into any kind of calorie or macronutrient restriction when, like I said, the first 2 to 4 weeks of this diet, when you're just getting used to going on a low carb, high protein, high fat diet. Okay, if you want to eat fat, eat fat. If you want to eat some more fat, eat more fat. The important thing is your body's going to be going through, I'm not going to call it stress as it's a bad thing, but your body's going through a change. Moving from like a 1-bedroom studio apartment into a 5 trillion square foot mansion is going to be stress as well. So it's not like it's a bad thing, but it is, yes, your body's going to be going through a change. And the last thing you need to do is make it any worse by cutting down on the amount of calories you're taking in. So, if you want to eat whatever, just go right ahead and eat it. If you're hungry, eat more. If you feel like you're lacking energy, eat more, okay? As long as you're eating just fat and just protein, whatever your body craves, eat it. Just make sure there's no sugar, make sure there's no hidden sugar or any carbs in it, okay? That's one thing. Another thing is salt, okay? One of the reasons why people drop like 10 pounds in a week or a few days on this is because a lot of times, your like electrolytes will change. The levels in your body will change when you go on this, especially sodium. Because of that, you lose a lot of water. Okay, this isn't a quick fix diet. I'm not telling you to go on this diet just to lose a quick 10 pounds and then, of water weight. What I'm really trying to get you to do is enjoy this diet and see how healthy it is and how much you can actually enjoy it and how long you can actually keep your body, in a good state on this. So what you want to do is, just like you eat as much as you want to eat, as many calories, eat as much salt as you want to eat, okay? As a matter of fact, you have people that talk about, keto flu, like they have headaches. You have a lot of people talking, no matter how much water they drink, they're still thirsty, or people losing energy or feeling lightheaded. Salt, okay? Because you need to go ahead and make sure that when you're drinking water, that it stays inside of your body. Personally, when I start this diet, if I'm craving bacon, then that's usually the way it manifests in my body. If I crave bacon, I eat bacon. I'll sit down, and if I'm driving home from work or whatever, and I'm craving bacon, I'll grab a pound of bacon, fry it all up, and eat a pound of bacon all at once. That's just, I just notice it. My body is craving calories and or salt, okay? Another thing, especially if somebody talks about like the keto flu, I think I'm getting the keto flu, if you're craving salt, or if you think that you're dehydrating, you go right ahead and you take bouillon cubes, okay, like chicken broth bouillon cubes. Make sure there's no hidden sugars in it, okay, and you just go ahead and have like a massive serving of that. I usually like double up, so if I'm having like a mug of water, like a coffee cup of water, I'll go ahead and throw in 2 bouillon cubes in it. Or if I'm having a problem where I think, hey, you know, I really need some salt, I'll take like a very large mug. It's basically like 2 mugs of water, and I'll put 4 bouillon cubes in it. So, you know, it's like 2 cups of bouillon, and each of them is a double dose. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that. So like I said, if you're craving salt, there's a reason. Your body's telling you that you need it. Go right ahead and have as much salt as you want. Don't be like, oh, salt's unhealthy, so I'm just going to stay away from it. Bullshit. Your body needs salt. It's an electrolyte, okay? So, another thing that's important is after you're taking your salt, make sure you take in a lot of water. I say a gallon of water a day minimum. That is an absolute understatement. You should be certainly taking in a gallon of water a day. You should probably be taking in more than that. So definitely, absolutely, you know, no matter what else happens, you're drinking a gallon of water a day. And you should be, like I said, drinking more and more and more. Okay, always have a bottle of water with you. Especially if you do something like eat a bunch of bacon, or especially if you have a whole bunch of chicken bouillon, chicken broth. That's, like I said, your body telling you that you need salt. Well, you need to go ahead and have water, because that's, you know, the point. Take in the salt, take in the sodium, then drink water, and your body will better be able to retain the water that you're drinking. So, drink minimum a gallon of water a day. Always have a bottle of water with you. If you have to, okay, if you do not like drinking water and you have to go ahead and get something like Crystal Light or some off-brand of Crystal Light, make sure it is as low calorie, as low carbohydrate as possible. Not necessarily because of the calories, but because the calories in something like that will come from sugar, they'll come from carbs. So make sure that you get like the lowest carb that you possibly can find, because once again, is that the best thing in the world? No, drinking, you know, clean water is better. But, you know, drinking water with something in it is better than not drinking any water at all, okay? And, you know, that also goes to bring us on to the next point. If you're having problem with cravings, okay, and you have to drink some kind of a diet soda, 0 calories, 0 sugar, once again, not because of the calories, but because the calories would be coming from carbohydrates, from sugar. If you have to drink that 1 or 2 a day, fine, drink it, you know. If you drink coffee, put half and half in it, or put some cream in it. Do not put anything else into it. I mean, some people talk about like stevia, things like that, but then sometimes people say that they have carbohydrates in them because they cut them for some reason. Like you're trying to, you know, go low carb, and then they cut it with like sugar or something. So I'd stay away from that. Basically, I just drink water. You know, I drink green tea. I drink coffee with half and half in it. None of that counts towards the amount of water you're drinking. So don't think you can drink a gallon of diet soda or a gallon of, you know, coffee a day. But if you have 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day, that's fine. I do the same thing. A diet soda or 2, fine, you know, keep it to a minimum. But like I said, if you're having a problem with cravings, go ahead and do something like that. That's actually a problem that I've seen a lot of people have. I don't really need to drink a lot of diet soda when I'm on a low carb diet, because I don't drink a lot of soda when I'm not on a not on a diet at all. So basically, I don't have this mental addiction, this emotional addiction to sugar that a lot of people do. However, if you are the kind of person that always has to have something sweet, and if the difference between staying on this diet and not staying on this diet is drinking a diet soda 1 or 2 a day, then go ahead and drink the damn soda, okay? Just to get yourself over this. Another problem that some people have with this diet is constipation, okay? The thing is, most of the fiber that people eat are in the forms of carbohydrates, and when you cut down on the carbs you're eating, well, cut down on the fiber. You could eat like a green salad. Make sure you don't put any sauces or any oils or whatever on it that have any kind of sugar in them, because a lot of them do. A lot of them have carbs. Make sure you're not putting any like fruit in it or anything that has carbs. It's basically just like a green salad with like nothing in it. Maybe put some cheese in it that has 0 carbs on top of it, shredded cheese or, cubes of feta or whatever. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. Personally, I always have a problem because like buy a salad and then it goes bad in a couple days, and I don't like going to the store all that time often. And I can't really measure it, and I just don't always feel like eating a salad. So what I usually do is I get like a fiber supplement like Metamucil or some store brand knockoff of Metamucil, sugar-free. So basically, the only carbs you're going to have in it are the carbs from fiber. Your body can't break down fiber, which is the reason why you use it. Okay, you eat it, and then it, goes through your body's, digestive system without being broken down. It's basically like eating a sponge or a brush, and it just kind of, cleans out your digestive system. So I go ahead, I take that. The one that I use is like the Walmart store brand, sugar-free. You're supposed to take like 2 teaspoons 3 times a day. At night, I usually just take 2 or 6 teaspoons all at once. So I take the whole serving all at once for the day. I feel great, okay? Even if I wasn't going to be on a low-carb diet, I would still do this every day because my digestive system just feels awesome when I do this. Make sure you drink enough water with it, okay? Because once again, fiber, like sodium, you got to make sure you drink even more water, okay? And another thing is, if you do have a sweet tooth, believe it or not, you'll actually, once your body gets less and less addicted, both emotionally and physically addicted to sugar and carbohydrates, this will be sweet. This will be very sweet. Sugar-free diet supplement. So you'll actually enjoy it. And, like I said, it'll be like the highlight of your day to drink this, this orange fiber supplement, even though it's sugar-free. So anyway, those are the best tips that I can give you. Like I said, do this until you start to feel good and actually enjoy the diet. No lack of energy, no any kind of negative side effects or whatever. You actually feel good the whole day. Because you're not eating carbohydrates, you're not having this like, sugar high and then insulin spike and sugar crash, and you're going to have a even energy through the whole day. You'll feel fine, you'll feel great. When you reach that point, and it depends upon how badly addicted to carbs you were, and it also depends upon how your body just personally adjusts, okay, because everybody's different, and how often you've been on this diet. It takes 2 to 4 weeks, okay? After that, you can start playing around with your diet. If you're going to do a cyclic ketogenic diet, like the steak and eggs diet, where you go like 1 day a week, you go ahead and carb up again. The anabolic diet is another similar diet. No carbs all week, and then 1 day a week you eat carbs up. You carb up. I suggest you go at least 2 weeks with no refeed day. Recently, I've been experimenting with not having any refeed day whatsoever. I feel great. I feel excellent on this diet. It's just being low carb, high fat constantly, okay, with no refeed days. But like I said, do this for at least 2 to 4 weeks before you start to do anything in terms of dropping down your calories or dialing in your macronutrients. Just pay attention to your body. If you're hungry, eat. If you want salt, eat salt. If you want fat, eat fat. If you want more calories, eat more. Okay, don't eat any. Don't restrict yourself. Don't force yourself to eat anything for the first 2 to 4 weeks, and then when you feel good, you can start playing around with your macronutrients. I'll talk about this in other videos.